Hello and welcome to another episode of Courage to Overcome. We are still continuing our series on finding yourself after a toxic relationship. So please like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. So like I said, we're still continuing the series on finding yourself after a toxic relationship. And today I want to talk about loving yourself. Now, the most important person to love after God is not other people, but it's you. The most important person for you to love is you. The most important person to love is me. It's not friends or family or acquaintances or the dog or the cat. It's you. Is that biblical, to love yourself first? Well, let's have a look at what the good old book says, the Bible. You see, the Pharisees, who were the religious leaders of the day, asked Jesus an important question. In Matthew 22, verse 36 to 40, it says, "Then one of them, a lawyer, asked him a question, testing him and saying, 'Teacher, which is the great commandment in the law?' And Jesus said to him, 'You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.'" And that's what Jesus said. So what does this scripture mean? So in summary, if you summarize this particular scripture, it means, first of all, love God. It says love God with all your heart and all your soul and all your mind. So love God, that is pursue and focus on God's character, God's nature and God's qualities and his will and his way, his word. And then the next part of it, it says, it means love yourself and then love your neighbor. In that order, and you fulfilled the law. So the key is to fall in love with yourself first. Does that not seem selfish and unbiblical? No, because these are the words coming from Jesus' own mouth. We've been getting it all wrong, trying to love people first before loving ourselves. That is not biblical. And that's the problem with people who say they are looking for love. They are at the mercy of the other person, because at any time they can take that love away if it was of love in the first place. So the question should be, do you love you? Or do I love me? Focus on loving yourself first. Now, let's look at one analogy. When you're on an aeroplane, the flight attendant goes through all the safety rules and regulations and explains that when the pressure in the airplane lowers the oxygen mask, the oxygen masks automatically come out. And so the flight attendant explains that if you're traveling with your child, you need to put the mask over your face first before you put it on your child. The reason being, if you run out of oxygen yourself, you can't help anyone else with their oxygen mask. Does it seem selfish to look out for ourselves first or to love ourselves first? No, because it's essential for our survival and the survival of others. Another way I like to look at it is, if you have a full glass of water and someone asks for some of your water because their glass is empty, and you're able to pour some water into their cup and still have some left over. In fact, your cup is overflowing, but if your glass is empty, you are unable to give water to someone else. So if you are full of love for yourself, and from that love, you are able to give love to someone else and still have some left for yourself. And because you are full of love for yourself, you will never be empty. I hope you get it. So what does it mean to love yourself? Well, it means having a healthy concept or picture of yourself. How you picture yourself determines how you treat yourself, and that picture comes from the discovery of where you came from. When I dress up in the morning and get ready to go out, I make sure I look good. If anyone says I look nice, I accept the compliment. compliment, but I know I already look nice because I told myself this morning. I appreciate other people's compliments, but I don't need outside validation because I have an inward validation of myself. Some of us need some healthy self-talk. Talk to yourself and about yourself positively. Every morning when you wake up, talk to yourself. You're looking good, girl. I love me. I'm going to do great today. I'm a walking success. I'm winning every day. I love me. Jesus did it all the time. Every day, all day, the man was talking to himself. He had a picture of himself that was almost irritating to others. And it was irritating, which is why the Pharisees who had low self-esteem attacked him constantly. Because he kept using this word, I. His I was constant. I am the bread of life. I am the word of life. I am the door. I am the way. I am the truth. I am the life. I am the resurrection. People may say, that's a lot of I's, Jesus. And Jesus will probably say, that's why I don't need your opinion to tell me who I am. He never spoke negatively about himself, and he never accepted anyone's opinion about himself. Because when you have a healthy concept of yourself, your own picture, other people's opinions don't touch you. Their perception don't touch you. It doesn't matter to you. You've got to be very important to say, I am constantly. Loving yourself is a result of self-identity. When you know who you are, you fall in love with yourself. If you don't know who you are, well, people will tell you who you should be. And there's the problem. Loving yourself is about how you value yourself. How much do you value yourself? That gives you your love for yourself. If you believe you are valuable, you'll fall in love with yourself. Just like that, Discovery of your identity determines your attitude towards yourself, and that determines the measure of the love for yourself. And that determines how much you can truly, truly love others. So, fall in love with yourself. You are unique. You are one of a kind. You are exceptional. There is no one like you. Loving yourself will help you not accept less than what you are worth. So stay blessed, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Take care.